Propaganda. That's a word you've probably heard before, but one where you might not know exactly what it means. Well, you're looking at a piece of propaganda right now. This poster shows Vladimir Lenin, one of the founding fathers of the Soviet Union, pointing off into the future, while behind him is a Russian worker in red, holding a torch with a crossed hammer and sickle symbol on it. In bold red words underneath it reads, Pobeda komunizma neizbezhna, or the victory of communism is inevitable. Propaganda is information, especially of a biased or misleading nature that appeals to emotions rather than logic or reason, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Propaganda can be delivered in the form of posters, songs, books, plays, movies, video games, almost anything, really. Anything that can convey a message can be used as propaganda. And during the Cold War between the Soviet Union and the United States, both sides were known for using it as a weapon to push their own point of view. Propaganda can be positive. Here's a poster showing Soviet farmers that says, "Let's work together to bring in the harvest." Propaganda can try to play on your guilt. This one has a soldier asking, "Have you signed up for the volunteers?" It can try to make you angry. If you look at this one quickly, it might look like three red Soviet laborers hard at work. But if you read the caption, it says, "Let us smash the lazy workers." Look carefully at what the laborers are hitting, and you'll see that that is exactly what they are doing. I actually really like this next one. It shows a Soviet farmer holding grain, a Soviet worker holding a shovel, and in between them, a Soviet scientist who has mastered the atom. The title of the poster simply says, "The Future Together." Here's one showing a guy about to walk off a cliff, but it's actually designed to encourage everyone to learn to read. It says, "The illiterate cannot see where they are going." Here's a simple one that just encourages everyone to exercise. And oh, do I think this next one looks cool. Look at that guy. He looks like some kind of superhero with the power of communism glowing in his right hand as he flies through space. The caption reads, "Our triumph in space is a hymn to the Soviet state." In America, kids are usually taught that we won the space race because we were the first country to put a man on the moon. But in the Soviet Union, kids were taught that they won because they were the first country to put a man in space. Now, one of the most common uses of propaganda is to tear down your opponents. And since the United States was the Soviet Union's main opponent, there's plenty of anti American propaganda that I can show. This one shows an American soldier driving a man that represents all of America in a car shaped like a missile with a golden dollar sign to guide them. The caption reads, "Their way has one possible course and one ending." If you look over the edge of the cliff that the rocket car is racing towards, you can see the crashed remains of Nazis at the bottom, implying that the United States will end up exactly like Nazi Germany. Next up, we have a simple poster titled simply Capital, meaning money. See, in the Soviet Union, they saw the American economic system where businesses were owned by regular people who were motivated by money as inherently evil compared to communism, where wealth was supposed to be divided up equally. Here's another poster bragging about getting the first person in space that simply says, "The race is over," as Soviet cosmonauts look down on the world from above. Finally, we have this one. Here, you can see an American bringing gifts to the Russian people who is clearly rejecting them. The caption reads, "Their gifts always come with a hidden price." And if you look carefully at the newspaper the man is bringing, you'll see it conceals a hidden rifle and bayonet. Now, If you're feeling that some of this propaganda is a bit one sided and unfairly anti American, I've got good news for you. America made plenty of anti Soviet propaganda, and I just so happen to have some examples to share with you now. Let's see. First up, we've got this picture of a boat representing the USA, which is about to crash headlong into the red iceberg, which is already covered with the graves of other countries that have run into it. Red is traditionally the color that represents both communism in general and the Soviet Union in particular. Here's a poster from a movie called The Red Menace, which is all about a couple of Americans who are hunted by Soviet assassins because they dared to question the principles of communism. If you think that sounds fake, the next poster wants you to know that the Red Menace is real, and you should definitely be reporting all suspected communist activity. Plus, if you ever wanted to know who was really behind communism, look no further than this poster, which shows you that Vladimir Lenin is actually the devil himself. Here's the cover of a book called Is This Tomorrow? America Under Communism. I'll just let you look at that picture for a moment and decide what the author thinks will happen if America became communist. Finally, I thought I'd do something that you all might recognize. I give you Captain America, Commie Smasher. How much suspense and action can you stand? See Captain America defy the communist hordes. And check out that picture. It looks like one of the bad guys is literally trying to shoot Captain America with the power of communism. Okay, I've shown you a bunch of examples of propaganda, which I hope you'll remember is information that's designed to play on your emotions rather than on logic or reason. Still, I think I can do better. So, next up, I'm going to do my best to condense what is often considered one of the most effective pieces of propaganda ever made into a single short video. I'm going to take you through the Battleship Potemkin, a film created by the Soviet Union to explain why they had to have a revolution against the forces of the old Russian czars. Now, for the assignment today, we have two secret words, one for this video and one for the next. How about for this video, we use the word Potemkin that you can see on the screen right there. Capital P O T E M K I N. Potemkin. I'll see you in just a second for our second video on propaganda. And until then, stay safe and stay healthy.